Hi there, my magical star beings. This is Psychic Siren Tarot, and welcome to the channel. In today's reading, we're going to be taking a look at what they're thinking when they stare at you for the person on your mind. We are actually doing a collab today with the beautiful Divine Energy Tarot. Please go and check out her channel linked in my description box below. So she's doing a reading on what makes people turn their heads for you. So we have 3 piles to choose from. Keep your person in mind when picking a pile. So for pile number 1, we have the crystal green opal with Our Lady of the Hermits. For pile number 2, we have Howlite with the Mother of Believers. And for pile 3, we have this petrified wood with the Prophetess of True Power. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to pick a pile, pick whichever one you are drawn to the most. Hopefully by now you have picked a pile. If not, you can pause the video. Once you're done picking a pile, please find the timestamps for your pile in the description box below, and then I'll see you at your reading. Please also don't forget to check out Divine Energy Tarot's reading on what makes people turn their heads for you, linked in my description box below. Hi there, my pile number 1s. If you chose this green opal crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what they're thinking when they stare at you for the person on your mind. This is actually a collab with Divine Energy Tarot. So she's doing a reading on what makes people turn heads for you. So please be sure to check out her video linked in my description box below after you watch this one. Also, before we get started, I just have a few things I'd like to say. If you like tarot content and if you enjoy this reading, then please consider hitting the subscribe button. It really helps my channel grow. Also, I am having personal readings at the moment for this month, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. So let's go ahead and start out with your tarot cards first, and then after that we'll look at the oracle card that you chose, as well as the other oracle cards that come out. So the one thing I am feeling energetically is almost like a sensation, you know, when somebody whispers in your ear and it kind of tickles a little bit. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but I'm sure you get what I mean. So I don't know if this person likes whispering in your ear or is thinking of doing it in the moment they actually stare at you, because maybe that is referencing them thinking of doing it if they don't do it often, and them finding you sensually appealing and kind of like fantasizing about, you know, flirting with you and things like that. So let's see what comes up. So what they're thinking when they stare at pile number 1. For the person on their mind, please, what they're thinking when they stare at pile 1. So we have the 3 of Pentacles showing up first. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. And then we have the 4 of Cups. And we have the Fool. The Muse of Materials, which is the King of Pentacles. We have the Emperor. So these are the cards we have for now. I'll pull more as I go along if it's necessary. So we do have the Page of Swords at the back of the deck. So the one thing I do see here when I ask Spirit, what does this 4 of Cups mean? Knight of Pentacles in reverse. I started hearing that song, Please, 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 by Sabrina Carpenter. It's a very new song, but it's blown up a lot. So in that song, she basically says, please, please, please don't break my heart. Please don't prove I'm right. And then she says something along the lines of like, heartbreak is one thing, My ego's another. I beg you, please don't embarrass me. So, what I'm getting from that is with the Fool here, maybe some of you are in a new connection, or this still feels quite new, even if you've been with them for like a year, two, or a few months, it still feels like it's quite new. Like we still are looking forward to the future and we don't yet know what's going to happen in the future. And what I do see here is this person, they know you're honest. So when they're staring at you, they're thinking, I know I can trust this person. I know they're honest to me. They've never given me a reason to not trust them. Though I do feel like sometimes they're staring at you and certain fears come up about the future and about where you guys will be in the future and if it will be a good outcome or not a good outcome. But I think this person does have a tendency to overthink. And it's due to maybe their past experiences or just fear of their own. And sometimes they're staring at you and they're overthinking about the future and, like where your relationship will lead in the future. If this will be a connection that lasts long term. And the only reason they're overthinking it when they stare at you is because they want it so badly. They want that future with you. So basically, what I'm seeing here in terms of what they're thinking when they're staring at you, they're thinking that you're honest and that they can trust you, but they're also scared to get hurt. And they're also scared that, what if you two don't work out in the long run because they want that future with you so badly. But then I think here with the Fool, they try to take a step into the unknown and just trust and not necessarily have to know what's going to happen in the future and just kind of go with the flow and not worry so much. So I do see them kind of just taking a leap of faith and not trying to control the future outcome or think about it too much, but just kind of like enjoy the present moment with you. So that is what they're thinking when they're staring at you. I'm also seeing, when you do get dressed up to go out, this person is always thinking that you look gorgeous or handsome, but also when you're just dressed casually, you also look good to this person, like naturally beautiful or naturally handsome, even without doing much to your appearance. I also see this person thinking in their mind when they stare at you that whenever they're around you, although they have this tendency to overthink and worry, you somehow just alleviate their worries and soothe them in some way. You make them feel so free. So they're thinking of how free they feel around you whenever they are with you and whenever they are staring at you. Also, I see here that this person just feels like with you, things feel easy in a good way. It's not a bad way. It's a good way because it doesn't feel like it's too hard, to be in this connection. It doesn't feel too challenging. It just feels like things flow in the way that it should. Even when this person has the worst fear of the worst outcome, they never happen with you. And there's something about this person just feeling as though, yeah, like I said, they feel free with you, but they also just feel like they can just go with the flow and they feel like you fully understand them in some way. So, what they're thinking when they are staring at you is how free they feel and how they can just go with the flow with you. And also, I see here what they're thinking when they're staring at you is they are definitely thinking about the future and what steps they're going to take towards the future with you, like what your future is going to look like. So then I see them kind of like daydreaming and imagining, good outcomes of the future, what they would want. I feel like this person is definitely very sensually attracted to you when they're staring at you. And I feel like they are thinking that you're on the same page about how you feel and what you want for the future. And I also see them thinking that you're very beautiful, or handsome, but there's something about them noticing certain insecurities within you because we have the star in the reverse. We have the Ace of Wands, which would be like sensual attraction, if you get what I mean. And we have the Empress in reverse, which would represent insecurities. So, with the star being in reverse, it's like maybe you've had a lot of people try to put you down or try to dim your light because you shine so bright. And maybe as a result of that, you've learned to sort of make yourself small and not step on anybody's toes and not shine too bright in the fear that other people will feel like you're outshining them. But there's something about this person just looking at you as if you're the most beautiful person in the whole world, and they see it regardless of any insecurities you may have. So, if this person does stare at you and you're sometimes thinking like, are they seeing, the things I'm insecure about or my perceived flaws? They're not. They're actually very much admiring you. And this kind of energy reminds me of that song, You Don't Know You're Beautiful by One Direction. So that's pretty cute. I also see this person very much analyzing you when they are staring at you. I see them trying to figure you out, trying to understand you on a deeper level. Um, because this person has felt misunderstood a lot of their life. And they want to feel like they can be thoughtful with you. They want to feel like, if it's a special occasion or even not, even if they just want to do something special for you on a normal occasion, it's like they want to, give you thoughtful gifts or do little things for you that make you feel loved and understood, and like they're being thoughtful about what they're giving you. So I definitely see something about that, but I also just see them trying to get to know you and understand you and having certain questions in their mind that they want to ask you. I don't know if they actually do or not. So let's see what else comes up. 3 more cards, Spirit, or 2. The 2 of Wands. So when they're staring at you, in this 2 of Wands, we see her kind of looking at a view with this telescope. So I feel like he's kind of zooming in on all your features and trying to take it all in, really admiring you when they stare at you. I've been doing so many he videos now, my mind just goes to he, sorry. And then we have the 5 of Swords, so let's see what else comes up. The 8 of Swords. I definitely feel like this person has certain fears around being betrayed, or certain fears around like trusting a person and them effing them over, but they don't feel like you would do that to them. But I just see that fear here in the cards that I felt energetically beforehand. And sometimes it makes them feel stuck with the 8 of Swords because they want to trust easily and open up. But I do think that this person has been hurt so much that sometimes it's hard for them to fully open up. So when they're staring at you, they're thinking of like, how can I trust this person more? How can I, open up my heart to this person more and not fear that? So I think they are kind of like pondering on how to release this fear around opening up to people and around trusting people, especially when it comes to you, because they feel like you're trustworthy when they look at your traits and qualities, and they just feel like you're so nurturing, okay? So for your oracle card, the one that you chose, we have Our Lady of the Hermits. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. So this is so funny. I didn't look at the words on the card, but it's funny how it kind of matches up to what we have said previously. It's like this person has been through pain and suffering, but they want to transform that into loving you harder, not fearing the worst outcome, but just trusting you, because and just having faith in you because they know that you're trustworthy. I do feel like there's this feeling of this person loving to be alone with you, and spend one-on-one time with you. So they're really thinking that they're enjoying the quality time with you, and I just feel like they're kind of being present in the moment when they're staring at you. Okay, let's get some more oracle cards. So, spirit guides of pile number ones. We have the essence of all Buddhas with I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. Interesting. And we have Queen of the Wilderness. The language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. So, like I said, this person feels free in front of you and they're thinking about that a lot. And I kind of see that in this card. It's like with the Three of Pentacles that came out earlier, I feel like you and this person don't just have romance together, but you also have a friendship together. And maybe some of you even work with this person or have worked on projects with this person and you just work well together. And if not, it's just like you work well together as a team, as a couple, and that's what they're thinking when they're staring at you. Like, this feels like the best kind of connection ever for them because, like I said, you make them feel free, you make them feel like they can trust you, and that is healing for them. That helps them liberate them of their fears because, if they were with somebody untrustworthy, it would feel like they were worrying every minute. But with you, they feel like they can kind of let that go and not overthink too much. And there's just something about your look being hypnotizing in some way. Like when they stare at you, I'm kind of seeing little swirls here on the side of this image that remind me of like, I don't know if you can see it on the side of her head. I just noticed that remind me of like hypnotization. So I feel like sometimes when he's staring at you, there's no thoughts going through his mind, but he's kind of just hypnotized by your beauty or by your handsomeness and kind of just staring at each feature, admiring the beauty of it. With no thoughts kind of running through his head. But then sometimes he is thinking of this, like how the love is healing, how he feels like he doesn't have to worry or fear. He can just trust you. Like, even if you have to go out with your friends. Why do I keep saying he? They, sorry, pile on. They kind of just feel like I can just trust this person, right? So, with this card, it's kind of like with the friendship, you guys feel wild and free together. Maybe they're also thinking some sensual thoughts of you. When I look at this card, I kind of think of that and getting freaky with you, if you get what I mean. They also feel like they can be their authentic self with you, this person. So they're thinking that they love the fact that you're so unique and you're being yourself in front of this person and that they can too. I think this person is thinking when they stare at you that this is the first time they've ever felt like they can receive unconditional love and like they can also give unconditional love. And with the baby on this card, maybe this person does see a future with you when they're staring at you. Maybe this person does want to treat you like a queen or a king. Since we have crowns here, it's kind of like they see themselves doing all that for you. They see themselves receiving unconditional love and giving that to you, but also they feel like you don't judge them whenever they're being themselves. They just feel like you two have that strong friendship where it's just like you can be yourselves, like I said before, and that to them makes them feel special, not just the love, but feeling understood and feeling like I said, they can be themselves without judgment. So in turn, because of you giving them all this, they feel like they want to treat you like royalty and they feel like they see a future with you. So that is what I see here in your reading. I really hope this reading resonated with you, pile number one. If it did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Please also don't forget to check out Divine Energy Tarot's reading on what makes people turn heads for you. So, see you next time. Hi there, my pile number twos. If you chose this Howlite crystal, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what they're thinking when they stare at you for the person on your mind. We're doing a collab with Divine Energy Tarot, so please check out her reading linked in my description box below. She's doing a reading on what makes people turn their heads for you. So, like I said, please be sure to check out her one. After that, linked in my description box below. Before we get started, I just like to say two things. If you enjoy this reading and if you want to stay up to date with what I post daily, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It does help my channel so much. Also, I am available for personal readings this month, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. So I think I'm going to start out with your tarot cards, and then after that, we'll look at the oracle card that you chose along with the other oracle cards that come out for you. So spirit guides of pile number 2, spirit guides of pile number 2s. What the person on their mind is thinking when they're staring at pile number 2, please. Spirit guides of pile 2, what the person on their mind is thinking when they're staring at them. So we have the Page of Swords showing up first. Then we have Justice. Then we have the Five of Wands. Then we have the Muse of Voices, which is the King of Swords. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Cups. Okay, so what I'm getting here is your person could be a very blunt, honest, straightforward person. That's what I'm getting from the Five of Wands, Justice. So, this person could be realizing that you and them are both very honest, but I think they're learning from you in some way with the Page of Swords here. So if you resonate with a specific scenario, then this is definitely your pile. If not, we'll pull more cards, don't worry. But there's something here about this person feeling as though you're also honest, but you know how to say things in a sweet way where it doesn't come across as harsh. So maybe this person has recently noticed that, when you speak your truth, even if it's difficult for the other person to hear, you kind of put it in a way where it feels not so harsh and it feels compassionate and it feels empathetic. And I think this person never learned that they can do that. And I think when they kind of just speak their truth, it's almost like they don't always think about the other person's emotions. They do, but they just want to speak their truth, and sometimes it just comes out in a harsher way than necessary because, like I said, they're very straightforward and blunt, and if they don't say it, they're just gonna hold on to that emotion and not speak it, if that makes sense, not let it go. But it's kind of like they're learning from you that I don't have to be so harsh and blunt with my words. I can be honest, but still be compassionate and empathetic to the other person's feelings and think, how is the other person going to take this with my tone, with the words I'm using? How can I learn from pile number 2 to speak in and communicate in better ways where people can receive it well, but I can also be honest with them with what I'm thinking or feeling. So I don't know if you have had problems with this person and complained about this and said, you don't have to say things in such a harsh way or such a mean way or whatever this is. That's what I'm getting with the Five of Wands. Maybe this person is realizing that. Another thing I see here is This person feels as though you two are on the same page. So what they're thinking when they stare at you is the fact that you and this person have this mental bond, like this kind of bond where you two just talk for hours. And I'm just seeing like the conversation just flows between the two of you. So you have this strong, like, chitter chatter kind of energy around each other. And I actually do feel like either you or this person, I don't know whose energy I'm picking up on, can be quite shy in front of people and quiet in front of people you don't know or them. So just take it as it resonates, whoever's energy I'm picking up on. But with each other, it just feels like comforting, and it just feels like you can just talk and talk and talk. So I see them thinking that when they're staring at you, especially when they're talking to you, they're staring at you and hearing everything you say, and it's kind of like the conversation. It feels like there's banter here. It feels like there's inside jokes here. It feels like you two can just talk and talk and talk, have deep conversations. So I think that they're thinking that they really love the conversations with you, that it also inspires them since the muse is here. So, conversations with you inspire them to reach their goals, to better themselves, to grow as a person. But also just being around you, you inspire them to grow and to achieve certain things and reach their goals because you're someone very on top of that. At least this is how this person's viewing you. With the Queen of Pentacles here, they view you as somebody that has their ish together, that gets things done, that is growing, not only in the physical realm, but the emotional, spiritual realm as a person. You're going within, finding peace. So you're also very comfortable with your emotions and you don't push them down. So it feels like this person feels inspired by you every time they talk to you or stare at you or just look at you because of the person you are today. They are glad that they are with a person like you because you sort of help them get outside of their comfort zone and grow as a person. And, when they look at you, they try to become a better person. They try to be more like you, not in a bad way, but in a way where they look up to you in some way. So they try to learn from you. That's what I definitely see here. They also feel as though you two are on the same page about your feelings towards each other. This person may not fully be expressive of their feelings. They may have this back and forth whenever they try to express their feelings. So sometimes I see them staring at you and wanting to express certain feelings they have towards you, but then kind of, when you're in your mind and you're like, should I say this? Should I not? Should I say this? Should I not? And then you end up not saying it. I see them doing that in their mind. So with you, maybe you're very comfortable talking about your feelings and emotions and expressing that to them. So they feel like they get that green light too when you do that. Then they feel like they can open up more as well. And this person views you as very deep. And that's something they really love about you. They also see you as a good listener. So not only are your conversations very intriguing and interesting, but you're also a good listener. And that's one of the things about communication. Some people, they just wait to talk, but they don't actually listen to the other person. So that's something this person really admires about you too. So maybe these things they admire about you are what they're thinking when they stare at you, right? Like, I love this about them. I love this about them. So everything I've mentioned here with the Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, you're also very nurturing, like I said. So they admire those qualities about you. You give love freely and you have such a huge heart. So this is something they love about you, and that's what they're thinking when they stare at you. So I'm seeing like an Italian chef, kind of like, when they make when people make their hands to show like the food's amazing, that gesture with your hand. So this person almost feels like it's chef's kiss. This person almost feels like your chef's kiss in a way, like your personality, the way you look, everything like that. I do feel like they like to look at you and they find you quite cute or pretty or handsome in some way, and that is what they're thinking when they stare at you. So this person could be an air sign, especially Libra here. Or there's also fire energy here, and you could be a water sign. I'm mostly feeling the water energy the strongest. Or you could both be air signs and feeling that energy. I'm feeling the air sign energy is the strongest and the water sign energy the strongest. So I also see this person thinking when they're staring at you. I see them kind of like admiring your outfit or what you're wearing, especially when you go out, but also when you're just at home and you're comfortable, you still look good and put together. That's what they're thinking when they stare at you. But like when you go out, you look very put together, you look sophisticated in some way, or you just look very glamorous or like well dressed in some way. They like your fashion style. So that's what I see them thinking when they're staring at you. I also see this person, you know, kind of just trying to analyze your mind. I feel like something for them, I feel like this person has that type of energy where they feel very attracted to somebody's mind. So the more they get to see how your mind works, the more attracted they feel towards you. So this person doesn't just feel attraction based on physical, but based on the mind and intellect and how well they're able to connect with somebody in the communication type of way. So I see them kind of just trying to figure you out, trying to analyze you, trying to learn about you the more you speak. And even if you've been around each other for a long time, we still never fully know someone. There's still more to uncover because, as we know, we as humans are always growing and always finding new parts of ourselves. So I see this person kind of looking at you like that and analyzing you, trying to figure you out, like I said. So what else? A few more cards. 5 of Pentacles. 8 of Wands reversed. So I see this person kind of thinking about either struggles to do with money or struggles to do with what they're working towards, where they feel some kind of lack, not in your connection, but in the outside world. Next, we have the Chariot. And we also have the 2 of Wands. I see this person looking at you in situations like this when they feel like they're going through something challenging. They feel like they're putting in a lot of effort, but nothing is changing in their reality, and they need to overcome that challenge and believe in themselves, believe that they can overcome that. So then I see them looking at you and thinking, what would pile number 2 do in this situation? What advice would they give me if I had to ask them? So I don't know if this person asks you for advice a lot or just kind of tries to get in your head and think, what would you do in this situation? So I definitely feel like this person does look up to you and does try to be more like you, not in a bad way, but in a place of admiring you and admiring how you react to things and how you deal with certain situations. So they try to be more mature like you. So I definitely see that. And they think that you're very wise, also intuitive, like you just follow your heart. And somehow it always leads you to the best place. So I see them also thinking maybe I should follow my heart in situations like this where I don't know what to do mentally and logically, where I analyze it so much, but I still don't know what to do. So yeah, I definitely see that. So now let's go ahead and look at your oracle cards. Okay, so your card is the Mother of Believers. I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. So this card does match up to Queen of Pentacles energy. This person loves how independent you are. How, when you go and look at what you want to do. So for example, let's say you have a goal. You make sure you get it. You believe in yourself until you actually get it. Until that dream becomes a reality. You may be a little bit of a visionary, but the one thing about you that is different from most visionaries is you definitely take action. Because I know I used to be one of those visionaries that would dream so big and not take action, but now I've changed a little bit and I feel like you're like that too in terms of what I'm seeing in your energy. And there's just something about you being able to be okay on your own. You know, even if you weren't with this person, you're able to take care of yourself and be okay on your own and have peace. So that's something this person is admiring about you in terms of your qualities and traits when they are staring at you. And it also inspires them with the muse here. So they try to be more like you. They try to believe in themselves more. They try to be more independent. And they love the fact that you two can be together and have a healthy connection with a lot of emotion here and a lot of this kind of like mental connection, but also have your own individuality outside of the connection where you're not losing yourself or enmeshing yourself together or becoming codependent. And that's something they like about your connection. You can have your own free time to work on yourself, to do what you want to do, and not feel like you have to spend 24/7 with the person, not in a bad way. Um, to be honest, I feel like if this person didn't have responsibilities like work and things like that, I think they would spend like most of the day with you, but there's something about this person just feeling like, you know, if I want to go do something like one of my hobbies, I can go do that and they're understanding of it. So that's something they really like about your connection, the fact that you have your own freedom and individuality outside of the connection. But when you come together, it feels like you're so close and it just feels like there's so much emotional intimacy there and like that mental connection, like I said previously. So what else? What are they thinking when they stare at pile 2? So we have Kali with the Mother of the Universe. I release all that doesn't serve me. It's time to be the truth of who I am. So this person has seen you rebirth multiple times. I know there's always one pile that has rebirthed a lot, that has grown a lot, transformed a lot. And that's what they're thinking when they're staring at you, how proud they are of you. But they also think that with the word mother showing up twice, they see themselves maybe even having a future with you or having kids with you. Maybe some of you already have kids or mothers or fathers, and they're thinking about that kind of family dynamic. But you know, when they're around you, they feel like they also start to release things that don't serve them, and they also start to rebirth and grow as a person. And it's not just love at this point, it's like you are that catalyst to their growth, to their transformation, and they feel lucky that they get to be in a connection with somebody that also helps them grow and get outside of their comfort zone. So it's not just about love anymore, it's about the fact that you help them become a better person, and that's very important in relationships. We need to look at if this person's bringing out the best version of us or the worst version of us. And I feel like you bring out this person's best version of them, or at least they try to bring that version out. Like when they're around you, they try to grow and become a better person. And they're also feeling as though, you know, you very much know yourself. You're comfortable with your self identity. And this person is trying to find themselves. They're trying to figure out who they are on that deeper level. So, you know, when they look at you and they see you doing that, they feel hope that they can find themselves too. And maybe you're still on a journey of finding yourself and discovering yourself. So I definitely feel like that hermit energy where it's like we're going within and trying to find ourselves. And this person also feels like they can just give to you without worrying. They can give you freely because you give back to them. It's reciprocal with justice here. There's an energy of balance. So the next card we have here is the First Woman with I am the voice of my body and soul. I choose the life I desire to live. I just covered it because there is nudity on this card. Oh my gosh. I almost flashed you guys with her Okay. Anyways, what I'm seeing here with this last card, Lilith was very much that independent kind of energy. She has that energy of not conforming to what others think you should do, but kind of just living her own life the way she wanted it to, and speaking her truth, and, like not backing down when people are overstepping what she doesn't want. So, if you don't know her story, she was the first wife of Adam, and she basically was, I don't know if she was exiled from the Garden of Eden or she left, but she wanted to be equals to Adam. But yeah, I don't know the full story, but it just wasn't like that. And then she left and they kind of made her to be this demoness, or they exiled her, something like that. So she represents that energy of somebody that will leave any situation that isn't serving them. She represents that energy of that person that does not conform to what other people want you to do if it is disempowering to her, you know what I mean? So she's that energy of empowerment through, I want to say independence, but also rebelling against what people think you should do. So she chooses her own life. She chooses her own life path, even if it means it's going to be harder for her. So I feel like you match up to that kind of energy. Maybe you're that type of person where, let's say this person didn't treat you like an equal, or just treated you badly, or just treated you like an option, you would leave instantly. And they love that about you because that shit shows you know your worth. It just shows your own internal strength. Like, although you love a person so much, you're not willing to be disrespected. And that's something this person loves about you and admires about you because you know your worth. So I see them thinking that when they're staring at you. And I also see them looking very deeply into your eyes, like loving your eyes as well. And also being very attracted to your body since you came out nude. So maybe they even fantasize in their mind about you naked in some way. So I definitely see that. But maybe they also notice how you rebel against other things within society. Within your own life outside of the connection. So that's what I see here. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching. Please also don't forget to check out Divine Energy Tarot's reading, linked in my description box below. She's doing a reading on what makes people turn heads for you. So please be sure to check that out. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hi there, my pile number threes. If you chose this petrified wood, then this is your reading. We're going to be taking a look at what they're thinking when they stare at you for the person on your mind. So we are doing a collab with Divine Energy Tarot. She's doing a reading on what makes people turn heads for you. Please be sure to check out her video linked in my description box below. Also, I just have two things I'd like to say before we get started. If you enjoyed this reading and you want to stay up to date with what I post daily, please consider hitting the subscribe button. It does help my channel a lot. Also, I do have personal readings available for this month, so if you'd like to book with me, you can find my email address in the description box below. So we're going to start out with your tarot cards, and then after that, we'll take a look at the oracle card you chose, along with other oracle cards that come out. So spirit guides of pile number threes. So let's see, we have the Fool, the Ace of Wands, the Empress, and the Eight of Swords. So, excuse my voice. So, there's something about either you playing hard to get, or this person feeling very sensually attracted to you, but feeling the need to hold back on expressing how, turned on they are by you with the Ace of Wands. Because there's just something about you that's so attractive to them. With the Empress here, this could represent beauty or handsomeness, but like conventional attractiveness with the Empress, but also a sexiness you have with the Ace of Wands. So I see them thinking that when they're staring at you, like, this person's so sexy, they're so attractive, and just looking at them turns them on. But I see them either trying to hold back or you playing hard to get in that sense. And it's kind of like they like the chase if you are playing hard to get, and they don't mind waiting. But I see this energy of like sexual frustration, or like a sexual tension in the air whenever they stare at you. And then they try to hold back from showing that to you. So the reason I say that is just because of the cards, like that's what it's translating as to me. But also I saw the vision of the hot chick scene. So in one of the scenes, there is a woman played by the girl that's in like Mean Girls, Regina George, I forgot her name. And then there's a guy that she's dating in that movie, and they're kissing, and she starts kissing his neck, and he gets very like turned on and he wants to do it with her, but then she's kind of like wanting to wait. So I don't know if that's you, or if you are playing hard to get, or if this is something you want to wait to do for some of you. For some of you, this is a very new connection with the Ace of Wands, the Fool. For others of you, it's not, but it just feels new every single day. Like, even if you've been together for a long time, it just feels new to this person. It still feels as exciting as the first day they met you. Okay, so next we have the Hermit. We have the Page of Wands in the reverse. I see them thinking very deeply of things they don't necessarily tell you when they stare at you. What does that mean, Spirit? What are they thinking deeply about? Let's see. What are they thinking deeply about? Two of Swords reversed. Eight of Wands reversed. And the Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, so this isn't something they've necessarily told you or expressed to you with the Queen of Swords reverse, and they probably wouldn't, if I'm going to be honest, since this card is in the reverse. I don't know if this is individually or what, but let me just get some clairvoyant messages to understand what's going on here. Okay, so what I'm seeing here is this person could be very mysterious, where sometimes when they stare at you, you don't exactly know what they're thinking, and they don't exactly tell you what they're thinking. Like I said, they're very mysterious in a sense where they don't exactly always express what's on their mind or express what they're feeling in the moment. So then you're left feeling very curious about it, but also not wanting to pry or overstep this person's boundaries if they don't want to tell you. So I don't know, like there is that feeling or vibe here. And what I am sensing here, especially if this is a new connection, I see this person kind of not knowing where they stand with you. So, especially if this is a new connection and it's like a situationship, or you haven't yet made a commitment to this person yet, in terms of being in an actual relationship. For some of you, I see a situation like that, but not for all. Whereas for others of you, it's just not knowing where they stand with you. Like, if you still want to be in this or still want to take steps towards this, I feel like this person feels indecisive, but it's not because of the usual commitment issues kind of energy. That's not what I'm feeling energetically. I'm more so feeling the energy of somebody that kind of wonders, how do they know if a person's right for them, but doesn't really know the answer to that yet. So I see them kind of pondering deeply with the Hermit about how they will know if somebody's the right person for them or not. The reason I say so is because I saw a clairvoyant message of somebody almost Googling how to know if somebody's right for you. So that's what they're pondering deeply about when they're staring at you. Like, how do you know that person's the one? How do you know that? Is it just like a feeling you get when you want to spend the rest of your life with them? I don't think this person has experienced that yet. Maybe this is like their first connection for some of you. Maybe for others of you, this person hasn't been in a serious long-term connection yet, but they want to. But they're just kind of like not sure how you know when you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody or have a future with them. And it's not that they don't see that with you. I think it's just very early on in the connection where they can't tell yet, where they first have to see where things go before they can make a decision here. So, like I said, for a lot of you watching, this is a very new connection or a situationship where you're not yet in a long-term connection. You haven't been together for long. That's what I feel for most of you watching. For others of you watching, if you have been with this person for some time, maybe they're thinking, like, when do you know if it's the right time? When do you know if the person's the one? Maybe they feel a little bit indecisive, like, I don't really know how to tell if somebody's the right person for me or not. But with the Magician here, the Three of Cups reversed and Justice here, I kind of feel like for some of you watching this pile, I'm not saying this to scare you, but I'm just gonna say this, and it won't resonate with everybody. You'll know if it will resonate with you, because I feel for some of you, let's say you are in a situationship with this person and you haven't yet clearly made a decision of like, oh, we're together now, we're loyal to each other now. I feel like for some of you, you'll know if this is true because this person has been open with you and honest with you with Justice card here. So let's say for some of you, this person has told you that they kind of want to keep their options open while they get to know you, because they don't yet know what they want yet in love. They don't yet know if this is serious yet or not. So for some of you, I see that they have been honest with you. And if they haven't said this to you, then this is not your message. But for some of you, I see they have been honest with you in saying that they want to keep their options open because they're not yet sure what they want or if they even want to create a long-term connection. With a 10 of Cups at the back of the deck and the Magician here, opposite the 8 of Swords. But it's not personal to you. I just don't know if this person feels like they're ready for that sense of commitment yet, or it's not necessarily a commitment issue, Spirit is telling me again, but it's more so like, I don't really yet know if you're the one for me, if we're right together, so I kind of want to keep my options open. I see them thinking that. So if you don't resonate with this message, then discard it. I'm not here to scare you. Like I said, this is a general reading with so many of you watching, so if it doesn't resonate, just discard it. Another thing I see here in terms of what they're thinking when they stare at you, I see them wanting to be honest with you. I see them wanting to be open with you. And I do see them wanting to create something, but then also feeling a little bit like they're not quite sure. Page of Wands reverse. What does this mean, Spirit, in this case? I feel like this represents your connection not yet being at that state where it's serious yet. It's still very much in that stage of excitement, passion, lust, things like that. And I think this person likes their own freedom and independence. So I think one thing they're scared of is losing their freedom and independence. I do think they have a little bit of an avoidant energy, if I'm going to be honest. So I don't think this connection is yet at a serious kind of energy, but I do see this person wanting to be honest with you and not lie about you, about how they feel, or what's really going on here, so that you two are on the same page. But I do see them having some kind of realization after thinking deeply about this. What realization are they having here? So we have the Three of Swords, the Tower. So this appears to be some kind of trauma response of wanting their freedom and being indecisive about choosing. We have the Two of Pentacles showing up next. So maybe there's something that has affected this person in a way where they feel the need to sort of keep their options open in a subconscious way of like being scared of giving their all to a person and being left with nothing, or just being left with heartbreak. And this may be due to traumatic experiences. For example, for some of you, like their childhood, maybe they grew up in a way with parents that were very overbearing, didn't let them have their freedom, and now they try to seek their freedom in their relationships. Or it could have been something where they trusted a person and that person broke their heart, or they gave that person their all and that person hurt them and disappointed them. It could be something like that. Whatever it is, they have some kind of pain or trauma that prevents them from fully giving their all. And I think that they are realizing this and trying to overcome this, because with the Nine of Cups coming out here, it's like they have realized that they do want a relationship. So maybe this was the last time they were staring at you. I don't really know, but this is what they're thinking when they're staring at you. Like, I do actually want love, but maybe I just need the type of love that matches up to me, like that does give me my sense of freedom, that does not freedom to go and do things behind your back, that's not what I mean, but like freedom in general. And that does allow them to be independent still and have their own individuality. And maybe they do want love, but maybe there's just some kind of fear of giving their all and being left with nothing, or just being heartbroken. So I do see them thinking very deeply about this when they're staring at you, and I'm feeling the energy of energy healing just in my energy field. So there's something about an energy healing taking place as they're thinking about this, as they're staring at you. So your card is the Prophetess of True Power. I call my power back from all times and all places. I am my own. So this person definitely has like this type of energy where they want to be their own individual outside of a connection, and that's very important to them, like I said. But they feel very comfortable with you, and they feel like they can try. They feel like maybe there's a reason why they realize this. As they're staring at you, they're thinking very deeply about this. Like, maybe there is a reason why I had this realization while being with this person, because I've thought about this before, but I've never come to this, aha moment that helps me understand myself better and take my power back from a situation that mentally disturbed them, or, like just broke their heart. You know what I mean? So they are now able to take their power back from that situation and not let that trauma response take over their life, or, be unaware of it. Now that they're aware of it, they can change something and, yeah, actually go towards what they want with the Nine of Cups. But what I will say is, if you relate to all of this and you have sensed that this person is not yet quite serious, I would say don't give all your heart and soul to this person yet, because I'm not saying this person will disappoint you. There is a chance that they are able to make a decision to commit and to, like really be with you. But I also don't want you to get your hopes up and be disappointed if it doesn't happen. So if you do resonate with this, that's just what I'm going to say. Yeah, and don't take it personal because it's not you, but I just feel like this person has dealt with this due to traumas of their own or pain of their own. But with the lioness, showing up here, there's a sense of this person wanting to tap into courage and face their fears around love and giving their all, right? So they at least want to try, which is a good thing. That's what I see them thinking when they're staring at you. I see them thinking that you're making them feel comfortable in some way. So whenever you're together, there is a sense of comfortability they feel around you and a sense of safety, and your energy is very healing. They love your energy. It feels so good to them. It always feels so good to be around you. The best way I can describe this is, when you feel really stressed out and you get like a deep tissue massage, or you get some self-care and someone does a face mask on you and you just feel so rejuvenated, like that type of energy. That's the feeling you give to this person. There's also something about you looking very beautiful. Like I said previously, you looking very glamorous. That's what they're thinking when they stare at you. They love your style. And even when you're dressed very comfortably, you still look very fashionable and beautiful or handsome. Even with her wearing silk here, maybe you're somebody that likes to do self-care. Maybe you have a lot of self-love and you're in your power, and that's something they really like about you. Also, you seem to be very confident in yourself, so that's something they also like about you, and you seem to not really have much fears holding you back, or at least this is just what this person's thinking of you as they're staring at you, and they like that quality about you. So we have Our Lady of Exalted Light. I give endlessly because the light is without end. My soul is all I need. So I think this is a really positive card, pointing back to what we spoke about before. So maybe this person has recently realized that we have this light here, and it kind of reminds me of the Hermit card of going within. We have the Hermit here. So there's something about this person having a realization when they stare at you, like, I can give and give and give endlessly without worrying about getting hurt, because I'm not going to experience the love I want without trying. This fear is holding me back, and this trauma response is holding me back. So I see them thinking that, and I see them trying to be comfortable with giving without the expectation of what's going to happen in the future, but just allow things to happen as they need to happen, and kind of just let things happen without forcing the outcome, or without expecting too much and being disappointed. So I see them thinking that when they're staring at you, and that, they're gonna be okay even if they go through heartbreak. They will be okay. They've gotten through it before, they can get through it again. So I see them thinking that when they are staring at you. So we have the Saint of Authenticity. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. So this person feels as though they can be their authentic self with you. Like I said, there's a feeling of comfortability here. And they also feel like you are your authentic self, like you're very comfortable with your own identity and with who you are, and you don't water yourself down to please people. Like, if a person's gonna like you for you, then they like you. But if a person doesn't like you, you seem very unbothered by it. Like, that you don't need to change yourself to be liked by a person. So that's something this person likes about you, and they're thinking that when they stare at you. So this is all I have for you, pile number 3. I really hope this reading resonated with you. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Please also don't forget to check out Divine Energy Tarot's reading on what makes people turn their heads for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.